Here's the key to staying centered, peaceful, and certain in the middle of world chaos. Let me show you a way out of fear. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean, and I help people to navigate their spiritual awakening so they can embark on a conscious path of ascension. In this video, I'm going to show you how to move your consciousness into a space that is untouched by everything going on in this world. I will explain how your spiritual awakening can serve as a path out of fear. And this is how you can stay centered, peaceful, and certain in spite of the world chaos. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to support you through all that is going on. I want to help you see what is happening as a golden opportunity for you rather than as the scenario of doom and hopelessness that is being perpetrated by the media. Let's look at this in very simple terms. Life is a process that moves forward in time. Now, prior to this crisis, you were likely in the process of doing all that you had been told to do for your entire life. You were told to go to school, get a good education, get a job, and in that way, everything would be okay. So your life was basically moving forward on that uniform, socially engineered conveyor belt. So where are we now? Well, the entire reality that we were being told to trust with our very lives is completely falling apart. The physical world as we knew it has radically changed to something almost unrecognizable compared to what we knew before. In fact, things are so weird that we are actually all sharing in a gigantic global trauma. The trauma is the realization that everything we thought was so reliable is not reliable after all. The system that we trusted and built our lives on is literally falling apart at the seams. Look at it this way. Imagine yourself on a platform that is like a conveyor belt moving forward in time. And that platform appears to be solid and reliable. And then all of a sudden, the platform begins to collapse right under your feet. And then you begin to experience a very unpleasant and out of control wave of trauma. Now, what do you think is the intelligent thing to do under these circumstances? Well, the intelligent thing to do is to move your consciousness off of that platform. I mean, here's another way to look at it. Picture a bridge, and you are told to cross that bridge because at the other side is the promise of success and of everything being okay in your life. So here you are, and here is what you're told is success. So the act of going across the bridge represents you doing what you were told to do in the physical world, which was basically to be a slave to a certain system. Now, imagine if that was a physical bridge and you saw that bridge collapsing. The first thing you would do would be to instinctively get off that bridge as fast as possible, right? Now, I know that you cannot move your physical body out of this situation, but you can certainly move your consciousness out of it. And your consciousness is more powerful than your physical body because it is infinite. It cannot be destroyed. So the first thing you want to do is to shift your consciousness back into a perspective and a reality that likewise cannot be destroyed. And that is exactly what your spiritual awakening is designed to do. Now, prior to this global crisis, millions of people were undergoing various stages of a spiritual awakening. And many people were having a lot of difficulty with that process because they were still believing in their old outer world that seemed so solid and reliable. Perhaps now you can see why your awakening has been so important. It's because your awakening is designed to shift your consciousness to a cosmic level of being. Since this crisis began, I have been saying that your spiritual awakening is the only thing that can shift your consciousness out of this miserable state of affairs. Until you are firmly planted in your real self at a cosmic level of being, you are going to find it very difficult to process what is going on. Let me explain to you why this matters. Number one, you are a cosmic being. You are infinite, and you cannot be destroyed. And you know this is true because you know that as a cosmic being, you chose to incarnate here. And your biggest mistake so far has been to falsely identify yourself as your physical body. You have chosen to identify yourself as being something that is perishable. And that's not your fault. It is the only thing that is recognized on this planet, even though it's in our face whenever someone dies that this is not true. When someone dies, we willingly acknowledge that they are not their physical body. So why do we play this game with ourselves while we're alive? We are conditioned to play this game because it completely removes us from our source of power. It puts us in a state of total fear where we can be completely controlled. It causes us to amplify our 5 physical senses and almost completely disregard and suppress our more powerful senses of intuition and direct, unadulterated knowing. In fact, out of fear, we generally shut down our more powerful senses of expanded consciousness completely. We become perfectly programmable slaves. Your process of spiritual awakening is your greatest ally in this horrible situation that we currently find ourselves in. It is there to empower you. It is there to wake you up from this crazy dream of a false and limited reality. It is happening to open your eyes and shine the light on the truth of who you are as an infinite empowered creator. And my goodness, we need that experience now more than ever. Now, you might feel that we are in some physical battle for our health and for our economies. But friends, we are in a larger battle for our souls. This is a fact, and this is why we have been gifted by this universe with a process of awakening. So I encourage you and I implore you not to give in to fear. The fear is there to take you away from your process of awakening. I mean, why do you think it's so amplified right now? I mean, we could very easily handle this whole virus situation with superior intelligence and calmness. I mean, we are actually capable of handling this whole thing without fear. But just to make sure that we don't recognize that fact, we are being inundated with maximum fear by the media. If we can be made to be completely consumed by fear, then we will be totally unable to connect with our power and with our true selves. So something must be truly threatened by our mass human awakening. Now, there is a very simple way to move your consciousness off of that conveyor belt that is collapsing beneath your feet. You need to shift your consciousness into prioritizing your spiritual awakening. That will shift you into a cosmic level of being. That will shift you into a level where who you really are cannot be destroyed. A level where there is no fear. But this can only happen if you consciously support the process. So let me share with you a few ways that you can begin doing that. Start by recognizing that the media is actively trying to destroy your power by filling your consciousness with fear, uncertainty, and terror. It is actively trying to intensify the trauma. And unfortunately, you need to recognize that social media dutifully amplifies the media's negative efforts. So do not get your news from social media, you guys. Now, we do need to stay informed and follow the necessary protocols to protect ourselves and eliminate this virus. So please continue to follow that professional advice. Find sources of news that are not hyperventilating with fear. I mean, perhaps local news and maybe press conferences might be the best because they're a little bit more calm. But mainly, just make sure that you follow the advice of the professionals in this matter. So that's the first thing. Turn off the spigot of fear wherever you see that happening and don't let it into your consciousness. Now, the next thing you want to do is to adapt to your current circumstances in a very positive manner. Start by taking excellent care of yourself. Don't allow yourself to succumb to feelings like all is lost, so I might as well just get drunk and eat junk food all day. I might as well just lay around and binge watch Netflix from now until the end of time, because nothing matters anymore. Do not let yourself fall into these unempowered states of fear and depression. Now, notice that I said take excellent care of yourself, not sort of good care, not some compromised version. No, make it as excellent as you possibly can. That means a lot of sleep. Go to bed early, drink lots of water, make sure you stay hydrated, and eat as healthy as you possibly can under the circumstances. Also, find a way to exercise regularly. And by all means, keep your stress levels down. These are the things that you need to do to care for your physical body. Because when you take excellent care of your physical body, it's going to be much easier for you to focus on your spiritual awakening. Look at it as waking up from a very bad dream. Look at it as waking up from an unempowered, fear-based, confused state into a state of feeling centered, peaceful, and certain about who you are and where you're going. Doesn't that sound like it could be worth the effort? Now, the number one most important foundation that you can lay in your consciousness is to meditate. Take time every single day to meditate for as long as you are able, because this is your sole avenue to get firmly in touch with who you really are as an empowered infinite being. And if you are new to meditation, just start with only 1 minute a day and then add on another minute every day after that until you can build up to at least 15 minutes. And believe me, you guys, under the current circumstances, there is no such thing as too much meditation. Now, several months ago, I started creating a course called Meditation for Spiritual Awakening. And because of the circumstances we are in, I have let go of other projects and I am really focusing on completing this course. It has videos that explain spiritual awakening along with 12 guided meditations to support you in whatever experience you're having that is associated with your general life and your overall spiritual awakening. Now, if you want to be first in line to get notified when this course is available, I have a link that I'll put down below for you to get on my waiting list. Now, in addition to meditation, I recommend that you establish new routines in your life that give your brain a sense of certainty and control over your current environment, whatever that is right now. And that will calm your brain's natural reactivity to uncertainty and relieve a lot of stress. And make it your goal every day to be kind to the people in your space and in your life. Remember that everyone is probably feeling quite traumatized right now. So a little bit of kindness can ease a lot of pain. And remember that love is a powerful healing force. So be very loving to yourself and to everyone else that you are in contact with. And please walk away from anything that is promoting fear and terror. Focus instead on information that is useful, helpful, and coming from a sincere and calm place. Now, I will continue to be here for you guys 3 times a week, every single week. So make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it out with your friends. And leave me a comment below and let me know how you're doing. And with that, I'm sending you loads of love and peace and healing, calming angel energy. Stay peaceful and remember to believe in yourself. You are brilliant and you will get through this. Namaste, everyone.